Hi, my name is Jürgen Hohen. This is a Pardot to Salesforce Connection Configuration Basic Series. It's one of 80. It's about the MarTech tech stack I've been working with for the last 10, 5 to 10 years. All right, so this is the basics. So let's talk about it. First, you need to connect Salesforce to Pardot. The number one thing is a permission. You need to make sure they have the permissions. So up here, you go to the sprocket, then you go to setup, right, over here, and then you go to permissions and make sure you have the Pardot permission. And then you assign it to a user or the IT administrator that you connect the two together, right? Then in Pardot, you have the same sort of thing, the sprocket up here, right? And then admin over there. And then in admin, you click connector, administration and connectors. And right here is if you don't have a connector, you can add connectors, or the Salesforce connector, which is right over here, right? So you got to make sure, connect it, you verify it, you set it up, and that's how you do it. But the tricky part is now all the rules to it. And this is within Pardot now. And if you look over here, you got to really think about what it is. If you have the small business package, you can only have 20,000 or 25,000, right? Leads. And the trick is you put the other leads down into the do not call list. So you could have 1 billion leads, but you only work the ones in a campaign. And I'm really big on always checking the connector because sometimes it disconnects, right? I was in a meeting, $500 million company. My project was to do a campaign, I think it was in 3 weeks, to get 52 people into a big skybox, and the list was 17,500 people. That was a target list. And they said, Jürgen, your thing is Pardot. It's not Salesforce. I'm like, let me just check. So I put a lead into Pardot. It turned out it was connected to an ex-employee's email. Nobody ever got the leads. So check these basics that I'm looking at right here. And then also the rules, like when does something become a lead? Can Pardot remove a lead from Salesforce or vice versa, right? And then how much do you want email logging? When a lead becomes interesting and gets pushed into Salesforce, do you pull all the other emails with it? All the comms, right? Etc. This is check the basics. Once the basics happen, then you can refine them, like lead scoring, etc. And here, for instance, are other connectors. You can connect Pardot to everything like, webinars, do a webinar, Google Analytics, Twilio, Bitly, the URL shortener, right? Eventbrite, Facebook, Twitter, and more. So think about how you want to connect that. Like you could do a campaign from Pardot into Twitter for certain profiles, right? And here's just more. And then here's a dashboard. Let me get myself out of that dashboard. And here, right here, this side here, you got to think about all the admin automation settings, the connectors. See, that's what the admin drop down is. Configuration fields, custom objects, right? Import lead lists, target lists, recycle bin. That's where you can put a billion people in, and so forth. That's it. This is again about the connector between Salesforce and Pardot and the basics of setting that up. Watch the details, test it, make sure it works. And with that, thank you so much. This is Lederhosen Salesforce series 1 in 80. Thank you. Have a great